Q4 is known amongst publishers as the best time to make money with Amazon KDP. For me, it's been no different and I've managed to achieve great results. However, Q4 has come to an end and we've entered a new year. How did that affect my sales in January? Let's take a look. Before we take a look at January, I just wanted to recap the figures for last month. And as you can see, in December, I've made just over $10,000. However, December is famously known for being an outlier in terms of sales. In December, the numbers are generally inflated due to the Christmas period when everyone flocks to Amazon to do their Christmas shopping. I think a more fair comparison to what we can expect in January will be to look at November. So let's take a look. So as you can see, the royalties for the month of November were $5,464, which is more of a level I would expect for the month of Jan. So let's take a look at January. So to my surprise, January was actually quite a good month for me. The royalties achieved are higher than in the month of November, and they only took about a 30% dip from December. Here is a chart including November, December, as well as January. And as you can see, there's been a significant spike in December, which is to be expected leading up to Christmas. However, the baseline for January still appears to be quite a bit higher than in November. I haven't published any new books in this period, so at first glance, it's looking quite promising. However, let's take a look at my ad campaigns in order to learn what sort of ad spend was required in order to achieve those figures. So here's where things get interesting, because you can see my ad spend keeps going up. So in November, I spent $1,700. In December, I spent $2,630. Understandably, there was more demand for coloring books, so I naturally had to increase the budgets to keep up with that. However, in January, the budget went up once again and it hit $3,329, which is pretty much double of my ad spend back in November. So here's a look at a spreadsheet that I use in order to track my royalties, my ad spend, as well as the profit from my KDP month on month. And as you can see, in November, I've managed to profit $3,770. And if we compare that to January, it's only about $70 more than in November, despite the fact that my royalties were higher by almost $2,000 due to the increased ad spend that basically ate up all the profit. Over here, you can see the percentage of my royalties reinvested as ad spend. And as you can see, the ad spend was about 31% in November. And in January, it went up all the way to 46%. All of that in order to achieve pretty much the same figures in terms of profit. As you can see from the chart here, I normally try to reinvest about 30% of my royalties back into my ads. I found that this is the sweet spot where I'm not burning through too much money. However, I'm still maximizing the potential of my books in order to bring in good revenue. I could see what was happening halfway through January. However, I was reluctant to lower the ad spend due to my past experiences, where I know if I lowered the ad spend too aggressively now, it would impact me in the months to come. My profit figures are looking healthy. Therefore, I'm not too concerned about burning a little bit more money in order to keep my books high in the ranking. We're halfway through February now, my sales are looking strong, and I can already see that my ad spend is starting to come down again. So in hindsight, it was a good decision to not lower the ad spend in the month of January, as I could run the risk of killing my books' rankings. Now looking at the lifetime figures of my KDP account, you can see we're seeing strong growth. It's definitely looking very promising for the future if I can sustain this level of growth. Going forward, I want to focus more on creating content for this YouTube channel, as well as my newly created Amazon KDP community, which I'm excited to tell you guys about. In the last video, I've asked you guys if there will be any interest in me creating a community for KDP authors, and I've received an overwhelmingly positive response from you guys, so I decided to go ahead with it. The community will be a place where you can connect with myself as well as other KDP authors, a place where you can learn something new and seek help if you need to. I'll be doing Q&As and posting exclusive educational content in order to aid you on your journey. I believe it will be super helpful, and I'm sure we can all do much better when we're surrounded by like-minded individuals. So the group is predominantly based around KDP publishing. However, I'll be open to discussions and covering topics which go beyond the scope of Amazon. I myself am working on building a brand and expanding my business and branching out into other e-commerce models, such as print on demand, drop shipping, and utilizing tools such as social media marketing to market my books. So if there's any interest, we can cover those subjects too. Link is in the description of this video. It's currently available at a steep discount until the end of February, after which the price will be going up as the community grows and the resources within it expand. So make sure you lock yourself in at a discounted rate forever if you're interested in joining. Anyways, I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.